Well, hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm so excited to be here with everybody today. Today is July 31st, 2019, and this is your Wednesday Team Prosperity Training. We have a really amazing things going on. Can't wait to see Mike's presentation. He's going to cover some big things going on in the company, some huge opportunities for you all to get to that next stage and really start on your business and make this the best year ever. I'm not going to spend too long on my introduction today because I'm really looking forward to Mike going over all of this great stuff. I will so that everybody receives an email today, with more good news. Crump is now going to be advancing the 40% on submission, 60% on issue, just like all of our preferred carriers are doing now, Transamerica, Pacific Life, Nationwide. So it's good, and so check your emails if you need that information. I'd be happy to forward it. So all good things happen. I'm very excited, and I hope you are too. Just 1 second, Mike. Thanks.
All right, you guys, hope everybody's doing well. It is the last day of July, and we are coming upon a great time of the year normally, but it's a really, really, really incredible time for a lot of you guys to have an opportunity to really get a head start in this company, or if you've been around for a while, to get to that next step that you need to start developing your own office and franchise offices that come out of that. So let me kind of pull up, and I've actually shortened the presentation today, just because I wanted you guys to just take away one thing and really one thing only from this presentation, and that's the opportunity you have over the next 30 or 90 days. This is our virtual financial team prosperity meeting for July 31st, last day of July, getting towards the end of summer. So it's time to get serious. And regardless of what offers the company has right now, this is a time of the year to get serious about you, your goals, your future. What you do right now has an incredible impact on this quarter, leading into the end of the year, and springboarding yourself for a solid, can't believe I'm saying this, 2020. So remember, guys, when you are looking at your business, the tier one, we've tried to create this so that the tier one can be multi-directional. It used to be a one-lane kind of avenue that was built around headhunting, hiring, recruiting, whatever you want to call it. So when you look at that ABC call, now you have the opportunity to pivot. However, realize that every pivot is not the same. So you need to analyze the person. And during those questions that you have in the Tier 1 ABC interview script, somebody's going to be a right fit or somebody's going to be a wrong fit. Now, the key to this is, why are they a wrong fit? If they're running their own business, they don't have the 15 hours a week, they like what we're doing, they understand it, but they just can't commit on the time, it's a great pivot to a client conversation and a free gift or a financial needs analysis. If they've been unemployed for the last 9 months and they don't have the money to come in, well, that's not going to be a good pivot, because regardless of how great the consultant does as far as his or her job in that F&A, the recommendation can't be acted upon right now. So make sure you're not wasting your time and the consultant's time, and make sure that pivot, if it's a client pivot, there's a chance for client-based sales to come out of that. Also, just a quick review, guys, LinkedIn Helper. Remember, we started this. It starts slow. It builds up over time. A lot of you guys should be into the cycle of communication right now that has business messages, probably some product messages going out. Just remember that as you build that list, you're going to collect profiles. You're going to send them personal invitations. As when they connect back, you've got that autoresponder you can run to thank them for connecting. You've got value 1, value 2 based messages, intro to business opportunity, intro to our product side, financial literacy, our mission, whatever it might be. And that's really the first cycle right there. But that doesn't end it. Now you've got these lists that you can touch upon every 30, 45 days to get back in front of them in a very methodical, organized, and structured way. The more that you have in terms of getting in front of people with positive messages, the more opportunity you have to create pipelines of leads that can, end up being clients, partners, or bridges to other people that can help your business. So once again, those additional messages can be sent at periodic intervals going forward, which creates something similar to a drip campaign on the platform. This is a very, very advantageous thing that we're doing for you guys as far as time management, as far as the ability to get back in front of people. So use it well. Don't violate the guidelines of what they say. Don't send more messages. Don't try to invite more people. Stick to the guidelines so you can fly under the radar, because overuse of this will flag the account. Also, I was talking to a couple people, that are getting their business up off the ground. And one of the things that you guys need to learn how to do is think outside the box. So remember, we talk about, let's say, a market like term with living benefits. Well, how do I get in front of people to get the information I need to decipher whether or not they fall into the category of potential upgrades? Well, sometimes that can be tough, especially if you're new. So one of the things that you guys can do is, ask people, let them know, hey, I'm doing market research for the company I work for. 5 questions. Can you answer these real quick? Have you bought life insurance in the past? Have you bought life insurance in the past 10 years? Just a couple questions that will get you guys the information you need without coming in front of them with a sales pitch or some type of an insurance pitch. So however you can get information from the other side, go ahead and do it, because, we are doing market research. We are trying to find out who falls into these parameters or guidelines of buying term insurance for the last X number of years, still eligible medically for new insurance. Those people are very, very, very easy sales if you get in front of them with the right type of information. And like I said, anything that you can do to open conversations and get information from the other side, very basic. Say, hey, can you do me a favor? This is what I'm doing. Can you answer these 5 questions? Do whatever you can at this point to build your business. You've got great products. You've got great vehicles. You've got great strategies and solutions. You should be proud of what you offer, and you should feel confident in your ability to go out there and help people. Get more social media engagement. That's one of the things we've been talking about for several months now. Having activity, having the accounts is one thing, but what's really going to drive the growth on these platforms and assert you as an influencer, a leader, somebody that people are interested in speaking with, is the engagement. So like I told you guys, I've been trying to hit heavily trafficked posts. One of the ways that you can do that is on the right-hand side of your LinkedIn when you log in is trending news topics, trending articles. Those are usually heavily trafficked, usually with a lot of comments. You can get involved with those things. And remember, we're not talking about pitching our company, pitching our products. We're talking about putting in comments, engaging with people that make sense, that people appreciate and they want to hear from you. So there was an article on about people over the age of 40, not, finding the jobs they want, not being able to really get second interviews, things like that. So I just simply said, I talked to many older workers who could not find work, eventually came to the conclusion they're going to have to hire themselves. By being forced to take a different look at the situation, they end up finding great satisfaction in entrepreneurship. That's a big part of my belief. The answer to a lot of people's situations and problems is entrepreneurship. So what that ended up doing is it got a lot of comments. It got a lot of reaction. So the post has been featured on LinkedIn News. And I got a ton of people asking for connections. I got a ton of messages based on this. Hey, saw your comment. Really insightful. What do you do? How have you helped other people? So remember, it's not always about a direct product placement, a direct business placement. Sometimes it's about indirect marketing and getting those conversations open. August, September, October. Remember, we always talk about last few weeks. Gear up for this. It's the sweet spot of the year for us. Sweet spot. Swing for the fences during that time, regardless of whether or not that announcement was made in last night's company meeting, which we're going to go over. This is the time where I've seen the most growth for my business over the past few years. So you want to make sure that you understand the time period that we're in and, make a concerted effort to take advantage of this time period. Now, before the announcement last night, we were going to run a baseball tournament just to give us, something to fun to do, interact on the Facebook group, keep score. We still might do that, still might start that in August, but I don't want to take away from the message today. So we'll update you guys on this. We usually have like a March Madness tournament, some other tournament. Probably we'll have a baseball tournament. We'll have a prize. But like I said, I don't want to take away from the announcement. So let's kind of put this on the back burner for just a couple of weeks. Also, one of the statistics I read this past week when doing some research for, how to build my company, how to help you guys, is that we on a mobile device scroll through so much information on a daily basis, it amounts to the height of the Statue of Liberty. Now think about that for a minute. That's amazing. People are scrolling through at a rapid pace. Why do I bring this up? Because like we always talk about, if you're going to be in that scroll, you need to stand out. You've got to do everything you possibly can to look at other people's things that are working, look at a lot of people's things that aren't working, and learn from both of those. One of the hardest things to do in digital marketing, social media marketing, is to stand out. One of the best ways to stand out is your graphic. On an ad, on a post, that's usually, 70 to 90% of the effectiveness of that post or ad is the picture. So understand the environment that you're coming up against and understand human nature these days and try to plan your marketing, your advertising, your interaction, your engagement around what people are doing. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. One of the ways that you can get a lot of people around a certain post or a certain thought or a certain article is to ask a question that everybody will A, either 100% agree with, or B, 100% disagree with. So those are the things that you want to make sure you corral a bunch of people around one specific type of message that everybody agrees or disagrees with, and open up your post and your ability to go out there and further engage with them after you've got them in. That goes for the email lines as well, too, guys. If you look at your emails that are coming through, even though you don't know who might have sent them, look at the ones that you're clicking on, just because the curiosity factor. I've got to see what this email is about. We talked about last week how to add emojis to the subject line to increase the open rate. Anything that you can do, the small things added up, equals, big time changes or big time differences in your outcomes going forward. 12-week year, we started this Monday of this week. If you are participating, great. We're glad to have you. If you're not participating, you can still read the book and take some of the philosophies, put those into your life right now, and then maybe next time around, you'll be ready to join the official 12-week year. One of the things that I want to make sure you guys understand, if you're new, these WHAM groups are to benefit you. It's to be able to talk to people who have been in the business for a while, been in the WHAM groups for a while. Don't be shy. Say, hey, I'm totally lost about this. I'm struggling with this. I need help with this. That's what the WHAM groups are all about in the very beginning if you're new. Now, as you go forward, you'll see it's more about reflection, accountability, and then tweaking things that aren't working, continuing things that are working until you get your scores up to the point it should start pushing you to your goals. But like I said, if you're new, come with lots of questions on this weekend, and we'll be glad to answer them. Power through this. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Just like this business. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Most things that in life that require a lot of effort, most people aren't going to do. And that's why the people that will do it find themselves far ahead of the other people who are unwilling to do it. So if you're unwilling to do something, there's probably somebody out there that is willing to do it, and they're going to pass you up. So always look at opportunity to better yourself, to better your business, to better your ability to be a marketer, manager, or a consultant. Also, if you're struggling or don't understand how to download the worksheet, there is a template master copy, and all you've got to do is go to File, because it is a view only, and you make a copy, and then you'll be left with yours, which has three things: the 12-week plan, the weekly plan, and the data values, which is just simply a quick scorecard every week, how you're doing, a little bit of a diary entry on how the week went, and you're good to go. Still struggling with this, let me know. If you're not participating in the 12-week year, you should also, or you should be kind of aligned mentally on a 90-day kind of madman cycle. If you break things down into quarters, which is really what the 12-week year does, and then break those quarters down to effective time management on a daily basis, you're going to find yourself far ahead of other people who kind of set yearly goals, drift, and then realize halfway through the year they're not even close. And they say, you know what, I'll water down my goals so I can reach them. That's a way to stay in mediocrity for long periods of time. Write down your goals, guys. Remember, this business can be frustrating. It's the people business on the client side, the partner side. Sometimes it's frustrating day to day. If you know why you're doing it, it's a lot easier to get back in those trenches. And really, the secret of your future is going to be hidden in your daily routine. If you do something daily, you've got to get better at it. And that's just a fact. If you do anything starting right now, and you continue to do it day after day after day, you're going to get better at it. If you start and stop or only give a, kind of like a half effort, then that's going to be reflected as well. If you put full effort into this, even if you don't know anything about digital marketing, social media marketing, if you're brand new to financial services, anything that you do daily, you're going to get better at it. Also, yes, we have the quarter breakdowns, we have the 12-week year, but what I've found that works the best for me and a lot of other people is those 1 hour increments. Go at something extremely hard for 1 hour. Break your day down. That allows you to measure on that basis. Far easier to both give yourself a chance to improve, kind of like a reset for the short and the long term. You set continuous deadlines and goals. That creates intensity. And you get to reward yourself more often, which creates excitement, which carries over to more of the day. So those 1 hour increments, you've got attention, focus, energy, intensity, and you're able to execute. If you don't execute, you've got the reset for the next hour. If you do, you can reward yourself. So go hard in an hour, step back for 15, 20, 30 minutes, whatever you need to do, come back and go at it again. That's greatly going to help you. If you just sit down at your home office and put 5, 6 straight hours into this, you're not going to get the type of results or intensity you would if you break this down. So remember to break down your day. It will help you. On your social media, have activity, grow your audience, engage your audience, grow your brand, educate yourself. The combination of activity, engagement, and education, just like everything else we were just talking about, if you do something daily, you're going to get better at it. Doing something daily also means trying to get better at it. So don't just do the same activity that you were doing 6 months ago. You have to progress as a marketer, and that's where the education part comes in. You've got access to whatever you want these days on YouTube, Google searches. You can learn about whatever it is that you want to learn. You should be growing. A day, a year, 2 years, if your business is not growing, that's contracting in this type of environment where you don't need additional capital, where you don't need additional infrastructure to grow this, very problematic area for you that you've got to, take head on. You should be growing in this business. This is an exponential opportunity, and you should be growing every single day. Your acquisition of partners, clients, that's really what's going to all boil down to. And if you are running paid marketing, whether you're buying leads or whether you're running marketing ads, acquisition grows your business. It's the only metric you should care about. Regardless of the cost of something, you want to look at the value. What's my client acquisition cost? What's my return on investment? What's my value of that client or partner in the short and the long term? Remember, if you're spending $500 a month to make $2,000, you'll repeat that the next month. If you're blindly throwing money at something, you have no idea what it's getting you back, and you continue to do that and you're losing money, you're going to find out the very hard way. You got to hire the right people. Yes, we want to hire. Yes, we want to grow, but you also want to grow with the right people. And that's entrepreneurs with a vision, wanting for disruption, wanting for our mission statement, spreading financial literacy. You hire the right people, it's going to be a lot easier to build and manage an office. And then out of that office, have those right people exit at a certain point as a senior vice president with their own office. This is a school, guys. We get paid to go to school. If you go to any 4-year degree right now, if it's a general degree like I went for business, pretty worthless. If you go to this school, you earn a degree in disruption, distribution, and digital marketing. Be very valuable for you, your family. Your degree can potentially earn lifetime income for you. So don't take what we do lightly, and also be upfront with people. We need commitments from people. A lot of people want the end result, but they're unwilling to work for it. We need people that understand our vision, but also are going to be willing to get down in the trenches with us and work to make it happen. Success in this business comes from leverage, and that's the most important part of what we have to offer. When you learn how to use it through the leadership that you have access to, potential clients, partners, professionals, the products and providers that we have, the technology and social media, and all the tools that we provide, it gives you a great amount of leverage. And that leverage, when used correctly, is an explosive event. Because when you can influence a system or environment in a way that multiplies the outcome of one's effort without, all the long laundry list of things that come with growing a business. Also, you have to realize that when you're talking to people, you cannot, I firmly believe this 100%, you cannot trade your time for money in this economy. If you want to be a W-2 employee, that's fine. Even if you're making six figures, that's great. What's it going to do for you over time? Inflation, loss of purchasing power, all of these things eat away at your ability to have a standard of living. So if somebody is a W-2 employee, they need to understand that the only way they're going to build a decent lifestyle, build a decent retirement and a standard of living in that retirement is the ability to produce cash flow. You can't save up $1 million and just wait out the clock and try to deplete that. You've got to produce cash flow. And that's our main message to the public. If you want to at least, stay pace or get ahead, you've got to learn how to produce cash flow. Another leverage point that you have is a technology company. And that is a huge leverage point because of the territorial restrictions that have been torn down. Understand your leverage with the infrastructure, assets, and partners that we have as a technology company to do great things in this industry. Also, your leverage with the market advantage, social media, admin, our compensation system technology. These are our big six advantages, but I also wanted to bring this up to you today to make sure that you realize the leverage that's embedded in all of those advantages. Also, the platform advantage. Find me another company that's prepared to pay out $4 billion. I mean, just the accounting software, the infrastructure for that is enormous. We can absorb the growth, $80 million home office, $20 million computer system, and you have everything taken care of. You have to grow your business, and your expertise has to be in people because the compliance, commission, marketing, IT, legal, all taken care of for you. Twice a week paycheck. That's important. I used to get paid once a month as a broker. It's great when you get paid. Waiting till you get paid, there's going to be some slim days there. And 9 pay cycles per month. So understand the leverage of the platform. Understand what leveraged income means as well. Not just for you, but be able to explain it to other people so they realize that you working 40 hours a week, every week out of the year, versus me making a small office, we're just going to be way more productive than that one person ever could. So remember, you'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of your own. Leveraged income is how you break into new standards of living and also how you produce an exit strategy for yourself where you don't have to have heavy-handed day-to-day activity for that money to continue to come in. Also, the leverage of cash flow. $100,000 a year is $273 a day. $273 a day is $11 an hour if you've got an online business that's running 24 hours. I consider this an online business that runs 24 hours. We don't, but there's still, we've checked the wee hours in the morning. There's still processing being done on that side. So if you look at six figures and break that down, really not hard to get to. And once you eclipse that six figures, the leverage that we have built into the system, we have an opportunity to do a lot more. And you can understand all of this financial opportunity through the income calculator. You can figure out personal income, agency income, expansion income. The only one of the 4 streams of income you cannot figure out an income calculator is bonus. Bonus income is a reaffirmation you're doing things right. It can add up to quite a lot. But you need to understand how we make money, where you are, how to get to the next levels, and how the next levels affect your ability to make that income on an active or a passive level. Another leverage point that we have is we can make recordings, we can host webinars, and instead of having to do one-on-one or a small group and go to the next, town or city or a hotel, you could have these recorded or live, and you can invite a lot of people to this. So never underestimate the leverage you have and the reach that you have and the ability to use these tools to produce media, recordings, presentations that can be dispersed for, many weeks, months, and possibly years to come. If you are new and you don't have a marketing budget, You have to build this organically. When you do start to make money, I always recommend you guys do two things. Pay yourself first for your efforts, invest a little bit back in your business. Growing this can be done organically. It takes a lot more time, and it's a lot longer of an experience in terms of a pathway to get you where you want to go. So remember, if you have expendable income to invest in your business, you need to do that. But once again, if you want to do that, you have no idea what to do, talk to us. Because if you just go blindly throwing money at lead vendors or marketing opportunities, you're going to be sorely disappointed. You need to have a strategic plan of action. And remember, we always talk about, the mind of the wealthy, the millionaire mindset, all of that. People that have money, they do a lot of studying and they plan out their actions. They're very tactical and strategic. You need to think the same way to get the same results. People want to talk to people, not brands. Yes, you've got digital marketing, social media, but the heart of it all, this is still human interaction. This is still connecting people together with stories, with emotion, and get to know people. This is attraction-based marketing, whether you're offering something of value, whether you are offering, yourself in terms of help, education, information that you're offering. People want to get to know you. And if you're a personable person, you can do wonders in this environment because people will be attracted to that. People want to work with, on the client side or the partner side, people they like, they feel comfortable doing business with. Remember, on your strategy, you're a brand. Have a focus. Be genuine. Don't tell a false story. People will see through that. Tell a real story. Be consistent. Be ready and willing to fail. If you think you're just going to come in here and start these new marketing campaigns, go live on Facebook, and hundreds of people are going to be following you instantly, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. So you need to be real with yourself. Things are going to not work in the beginning. You're going to fail. You have to come back to the drawing board, figure out what's working, what's not working, continue with the things that are working, fix the things that aren't. Create a positive impact. One of the things that Facebook wants for their audience is when I log onto my Facebook, they want me to feel good. They want me to feel positive. They want things to be going on that are, making me happy. So when you're doing advertisements on Facebook, make sure that you understand if there's something that somebody can avoid that's negative, talk about the positives of being able to avoid that, not avoiding the negative. So that's a very important part of, digital marketing. Understand the platform, understand what the platform wants for you as far as a message to your audience. Follow successful examples, live your brand, let other people tell your story. And most of all, guys, have fun with this. If you get too serious about this, it's going to be depressing at times. Just have fun, laugh at yourself, laugh at other people. Just have a good time with this. Okay, let's get down into what was talked about in the company meeting last night, because it's in all of Alana and my years here, I've never seen an opportunity like this. I don't think it'll probably come around ever again. So understand the time and the place that you're at, and understand when you're working through our business, you're also working through the cash flow quadrant. So remember, base shop, that's running an office on your own, is self-employed. When you use that office to create franchises, other e-agencies, whatever it is that you want to call it, that's distribution. You become a business owner because you're taking a percentage, just like any other franchise, for helping set that office up. So no matter where you are right now, you always want to be eyeing the distribution. So what does that mean? Well, it means that you always want to be looking forward. How do I get to my next step? What's the most easiest, concise, clear, effective way to get me to the next point, which is in my march to running a base shop, an office, and creating that distribution. So this is what they talked about last night, guys. And when you really understand this, whether you've been here for a day or a year or whatever you're working on, incredible opportunity. It doesn't matter where you are right now. Part A of this is a 1-month opportunity. August 2019, starting tomorrow through the rest of August, there is a SVP fast track, meaning that if your organization brings in 10 new recruits, 3 of those have to be personal, and you've got 14,400 points issued. Now, this is not written. This takes away the fact that anybody could just write up policies to take advantage of this and never have it issued. Now, hopefully no one thinks like that in our organization, but there are people out there that think like that. So that means that they would have to be approved and issued, and the promotion would be given on those issued. No more than 40% can come from one leg. no more than 4 recruits from one leg, and no more than a total of 5,760 from any one leg. Promotion is upon the issue of the policies, and this is a 30-day run. These numbers in no way can be bended. They are already rock bottom. You guys should definitely look at this, absorb this, ask questions about it if you need to, but understand what the opportunity right there in front of you is, and you should try to claw, scratch, fight your way to these numbers in any way that you possibly can. Now, let's say that you're working hard in August, you've got some nice momentum going, but you don't quite get there. Well, this is really what I saw was the value, because 1 month is a short time frame. But look at this quarter, August, September, October, the sweet spot for our year, it's lining up. Same thing, 10 new recruits, 3 personal. You guys realize on the standard of the fast track, it is a 25 agent requirement, so it's less than half. Now you've got 43,200 points. And remember, all you got to do is take those annual points and divide it by 12. And that'll tell you the premium for insurance policy. But also, guys, remember, we do a lot of annuity business. Annuities are paid all together. So if somebody's got $100,000, they're moving into an annuity, and there's 5% paid out to the field, that's 5,000 points that would be added in the tally. So it's premium per month, or on the annuity side, total points. And once again, no more than 40% from any leg, no more than 4 recruits from any leg, no more than 17.28 from any one leg. Promotion is upon the issue of the policy. So if you qualify for this, as soon as those policies are issued and those points are real, registered in the back end, that's when you'll get your SVP promotion. And you've got 90 days, August, September, October. You got the discounted for 1 month, the discounted for 1 quarter. Guys, I'm going to volley for this never to come back up. This is an incredible opportunity, but it is deeply, deeply discounted. Like I said, if you are serious about this business and you understand what this business really entails, the first step is to become a senior vice president. And remember, guys, when you become an SVP, it can never, ever, ever be taken away from you. So we talk about the first step, becoming an SVP. Well, that means that now you're in a position to build and run an office, and you're 1 step closer to the distribution side. So understand what you have as far as the opportunity and really try to take advantage of it. The value of this offer is maximum. It can give you a great, great head start on a business that you're trying to build over the long run. You're always 1 recruit away from explosive growth. Remember, the recruiting side, the upfront marketing with the pivot could possibly be a partner through an interview, or through the interview process, possibly a client. So understand there's multiple ways to bring value out of what you do, and you could bring somebody in who has a huge network of people. Remember, entrepreneurs run with entrepreneurs. So if you get into where it's like a network, it's not uncommon for somebody to come in and instantly bring in 5, 6, 7 people out of their network that are very interested in working with that person in this business. So always kind of visualize what's ahead of you and think positive. And then once again, I'm just going to leave you guys with this today, because one of the most important things that I want you to take away from this, you've got the August 2019 deeply reduced SVP requirements, if you can get that done, or the quarter, August, September, October. Guys, this, like I said, is an unbelievable opportunity. You should be doing everything you can over this next quarter to reach this. We will help you in any way. Talk to your team. Let your team know what's going on. All of you guys can make a run at this. These are not pie-in-the-sky numbers to hit. These are very deeply. A lot of you guys sit at DC. This is a fastball, belt high, right down the middle. Should be able to crush it out of the park, attain SVP, and move on. Because one of the problems in the model, it's not really a problem, but the obstacles you get into is when you become a vice president, you've got other people working up in your organization, agency managers, VPs. On the VPs, there's no spread. On the agency managers, there's a little spread. This is an opportunity for you to create what you want, which is a separation, which is an SVP contract. You can build that office, and now you've got a legitimate managerial spread on everything that's coming through that office. So like I said, guys, I wanted to cut this short today. I wanted to kind of leave it with this. I want you to absorb this, understand the opportunity that you have, and really attack this with everything you got. You guys have questions on an individual level, let us know. And we will definitely help you guys with whatever it is that you need.